Growth Educator here. I grow learning beyond limits. Today, we're in a learning series called The Dreamer's Details, where we are doing a character study for each of the major characters in the book, The Alchemist. Today, we are going to focus in on the Englishman. We're going to deal with his character to see what kind of life lessons we can learn from the Englishman. So far in the study, we have taken a look at Santiago, and we now understand that Santiago is the determined dreamer. Also, we've taken a look at Fatima, and we understand that Fatima is the patient dreamer. We've taken a look at Melchizedek, and we understand that Melchizedek is the dreamer's guide. Now, we are on the Englishman, and we're going to take a look at the details of the Englishman's life to see how his life can grow our lives beyond our current limits. Let's take a look at the Englishman. The Englishman is the head, heart, and hands of the dreamer. Right? So the dreamer is to utilize their head, their heart, and their hands. If the dreamer utilizes only one of those aspects, the dream is less likely to become a reality as they see it in their minds. The Englishman is a man who is representative of the dreamer who seem to become as whole and fulfill their character as much as any one of the characters did in this narrative. So the Englishman encounters Santiago while they are on a caravan from Morocco to Egypt. Right, they're headed to the pyramids in Egypt, and so they hop on this caravan, and they are in the middle of the desert. And once in the middle of the desert, they find out that there's a war going on, and they've got to stop off at an oasis. Before they stop off at the oasis, the Englishman in Santiago has plenty of opportunities to have conversations, and we find that the Englishman contrasts Santiago in the respect that the Englishman is very heady and he's got a big heart. So similar to Santiago, his heart is huge, right? In both their instances, they are going after a dream. They're pursuing their personal legend with sort of a reckless abandonment. They've abandoned all sense of safety. They've just gone headlong and they're going out for their dream. They are pursuing their dream with the utmost of honesty and self sacrifice. We see in the Englishman a character who is self sacrificing. He is going after things in a similar way as Santiago, but he's more of a heady person. He's trapped, stuck in a way in his books, and he's not getting it. He's not grasping things. He's having a tough time figuring out how to become an alchemist. He's searching for the alchemist. He wants to find this alchemist, and the alchemist, in fact, is kind of like, well, whatever, man. He'll understand at some point. He'll get it. But the alchemist turns his attention to Santiago with the assumption that the Englishman will find his way. He will use his head, his heart, and his hands. He will understand that what the dreamer needs to do in order for them to actualize their dreams. So, this Englishman is in a situation where he's looking for the alchemist, but the alchemist is not looking for him because the alchemist is dealing with Santiago because it's as if Santiago has more need and the Englishman will figure it out. And before the end of the text, it seems as though the Englishman figures it out. He is far away from home, but he finds what he needs through the constant pursuit of what he needs. But it's not until he realizes that it's not just about the head and the heart, it's about him actually experiencing and working with his hands and doing things to help him to become an alchemist that he moves in the direction of becoming an alchemist. He is symbolic of a character who grows and becomes more than what they were when they started. He is symbolic of a character who is so focused on what he is interested in, he's actually pretty awkward when he's around anybody else. He is passionately focused on what he is passionately focused about. He is using his entire being to make this thing happen. And that's what you, dreamer, and I are to do. We're to use our entire being to make this dream a reality. We are to engage our heart, our head, and our hands in this quest for understanding. One part of us ain't gonna cut it. We have to engage our full being into this. And I think our personal legend is worth it. I think our goals, our dreams are worth it. Our dreams and our goals are worth our entire beings. And the Englishman gives us access to that illustration of how to do it, how to be an individual who uses their entire beings to bring into being their dreams. So these are the dreamer's details. These are the details that the dreamer needs to know in order to actualize the dreams, that the dreamer is to use their whole being, their head, their heart, and their hands to bring the dream into reality. On the next one, we will deal with or discuss the crystal merchant and see what the crystal merchant might offer to us dreamers in terms of the details that we need to become those who learn our way beyond limits and accomplish our dreams and make our dreams a reality. You have been watching The Dreamer's Details, a character study of The Alchemist, and we have dealt with the character, the Englishman. We'll see you on the next one. Grow yourself beyond your current limits.